people said, stop making a fuss. Women are equal now, more or less. And if women are equal now, then to talk about sexism, to complain about sexism, must be overreacting. Or maybe you don't have a sense of humor. Or maybe you need to learn to take a compliment. Or maybe you're a bit frigid or uptight, or you need to learn to take a joke. And then a few nights later, I was on the way home on the bus quite late at night, and I was on the phone to my mum. And I thought at first that the guy next to me just accidentally brushed my leg with his hand. And I carried on talking to my mum. And then I realized that actually he was grabbing and groping my leg and moving his hand towards my crotch. And I stood up to move away from him, but because I was on the phone to my mum, I vocalized it in a way that I didn't think I would have done otherwise. So I said, I'm on the bus, this guy's groping me. And everybody on that bus looked out the window, or looked down at their feet, or looked at their phone. Certainly nobody stepped in, but more than that, there was a real sense of, why are you making a fuss about this, woman? You know, this is your issue, deal with it, don't make us have to think about it. And that immediately made me feel ashamed. It made me feel like maybe I'd done something wrong, or I shouldn't have been there on my own that late at night, or I shouldn't have been wearing what I was wearing, and all of those thoughts that reaction triggers. And again, I carried on, I went home, I didn't mention it, I got on with it, like you do. And then a couple of days later, I was walking down the street in broad daylight, and there was a big truck that was being unloaded, some scaffolding was coming off the back of it, and there were two guys working together. And as I walked past, one of them turned to the other and said, look at the tits on that. Not her, that. And they started discussing me as if I wasn't there, even though I was 1 meter away and I could really clearly hear them. So the thing that really hit me about these 3 incidents was if they hadn't all happened in the same week, I never would have thought twice about any one of them. And I started asking myself why that was. Why was this so normal? Why was I so used to them? And I started thinking back about hundreds of incidents that had happened over the weeks and months and years that I'd never said anything about to anyone because it was normal.
If you guys can tell, but I am 7.5 months pregnant. It's very rare and unusual to see a female comic perform pregnant because female comics don't get pregnant. Just try to think of one. I dare you. There's none of them. Once they do get pregnant, they generally disappear. That's not the case with male comics. Once they have a baby, they'll get up on stage a week afterwards, and they'll be like, guys, I just had this fucking baby. That baby's a little piece of shit. It's so annoying and boring. The other shitty dads in the audience are like, that's hilarious. I identify, and their fame just swells because they become this relatable family funny man all of a sudden. Meanwhile, the mom is at home chapping her nipples, feeding the fucking baby, and wearing a frozen diaper because her pussy needs to heal from the baby's head, shredding it up. She's busy.
He told me that people were saying that my novel was feminist, and his advice to me, and he was shaking his head sadly as he spoke, was that I should never call myself a feminist because feminists are women who are unhappy because they cannot find husbands. So I decided to call myself a happy feminist. Then an academic, a Nigerian woman, told me that feminism was not our culture, that feminism was an African, and that I was calling myself a feminist because I had been corrupted by Western books. Which amused me because a lot of my early reading was decidedly un-feminist. I think I must have read every single book on romance published before I was 16. And if each time I try to read those books called the feminist classics, I get bored. And I really struggle to finish them. But anyway, since feminism was un-African, I decided I would now call myself a happy African feminist. At some point, I was a happy African feminist who does not hate men, who likes lip gloss, and who wears high heels for herself but not for men.
Despite all the challenges we face, I remain convinced that yes, the future is female.